Okay, here it says we're live. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Sorry we're a little late.
Yes, we had a little rough start, a little technical difficulties, but we're ready to get this going.
Yeah.
Happy Monday. Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, January 30th. My name is Anne.Rossley. I'm here with my dear friend and colleague, Kyle Harvey. Together, we sell real estate in Chicago, downtown, Baird Warner's Gold Coast office, and we love to talk real estate. Good morning.
Good morning. So, way too much light. Everybody, I know it. I have to go to a camera store and get the real light. B, it's Monday morning.
We're just getting it together. I know you were watching football when I spoke to you yesterday, folks. We haven't even discussed really the show, so we're going to wing it today.
Yeah.
So
well, let's start with something we know. Excuse me.
Statistics? Should we start with statistics?
You don't mind. Then I can get myself organized.
All right. Here we go. And of course, give me 1 second to move it over. Lovely. Okay. So wait, okay. This is the weekly snapshot. It shows all properties with Midwest real estate data. It's a weekly shtick. And the thing to take away from this is closings were down last week and down from the year before. And you can see this. The high over the last 6 months was August 25th, where we had 3,193 closings versus this week's 1069. But this is no surprise. Hello, it's January. We're looking at closings for properties that went under contract 45 to 60 days ago, which was the slow part of the year.
Thanks.
All right, under contract. Look at this, Kyle.
I know.
We're going up.
Yeah.
We're going up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're starting to see a lot of activity.
Yeah. New listings coming up.
A lot of new listings coming, but buyers are wrapping their heads around the new rates. I mean, the rates that they're stabilizing in the 6s and 7s, and they're like, okay.
Right. They're getting used to the new normal. So, we're not as high as we were 6 months ago, but the good news is we're coming back. Now, this is not this month. I just wanted to review for you that last year is the orange and the showings were below the 2 years before. That's not a surprise. See how hot we were until the rates hit. See, we were up here smoking. And then the Fed did exactly what they were supposed to do. They slowed the market down. I love this slide. You know why I love this slide? It looks like nothing's going on. But in fact, this is average sales prices and median sales prices. And look, we don't see a big drop versus previous year. It's very stable, very comfortable, very good. All right. Now, we're at the end of the month. So when I do stats, I could show you, what happened through December of 22, but I don't want to do that. I mean, we all know what happened. Okay, let's talk what's going on. So I pulled the hot sheet for the last 27 days. We have 1,327 new condos on the market. Keep in mind, at the end of December, we only had 2,000. So to get 1,327 is hot. And then 705 have gone under contract. The other thing I find really interesting is 368 private listings. So half of what's gone under contract is private. And what is this? About a quarter of what's active is private. So many of these are going to move into the active, right?
Oh, yeah.
The next Super Bowl Sunday is 2 weeks away. So we're going to see this number go way down. We're going to see this number go up. And hopefully we'll see more of this going up.
Sorry. We couldn't see your cursor going over it. Sorry.
Oh, you couldn't?
Which number do you think is going to go way down? 368?
the 1327 is going to go way up, and the 368 is going to go down as they come active. Don't you think? Super Bowl Sunday, we're going to.
Absolutely. There are a ton of, when I go on the MLS and see privates, they all say pictures coming soon.
Yeah.
I'm about to do that. I'm about to do that for a cute little townhouse.
Like this. We're poised. We're poised to jump into the spring market, folks. All right. So I also went through and I did an area market survey to see what's shaken. And, this I thought was really interesting for a couple of reasons. And I know it's a lot of numbers, so I'm going to focus you in. This is attached in our lakefront communities. Okay. The same area we look at every week. And of 3,197 in this whole area, 2,000 are 1 and 2 bedrooms with an average. Now, this is not a median. This is an average sales price of $436. So you know how we talk all the time about median sales price being 400?
List price.
I said list price. Thank you. List price. Median sales price 400 typically, but this is average. So it's going to be higher. And this is the list price.
Right.
Okay.
On market now. What they're offering.
On market now. But just, I wanted to point out like the spread of the housing stock.
Yeah.
If you want a 5-bedroom condo, there are 31 to choose from. Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's look at the sales prices. Again, are 1 through 5 and all at the bottom. 3 bedrooms, 728 on a sales price versus 1.1 on the list price. You with me? So we're not seeing a price decline of $1,000,001 to 700. You're not seeing a property here at $1 million selling for 700. That's just not happening. What we're seeing is people are cherry picking the values right now, right? They're saying, okay, I want a 3-bedroom. Do I want the fancy overpriced 1.1 or do I want the value 700? Well, I'm going to go for the value of 700. And then they ultimately pay a price of 717, almost 718, which is a 99% of sale price to list price.
Well, I want to fight with you on something. That
Okay.
The 1.1 million condo there may not be overpriced. It may be appropriately priced. And I know that's average, but
Right.
they may be appropriately priced for what they are. But, and I'm about to have this conversation with one of my sellers.
Okay.
But because their buyers are spending so much more on their mortgage, because their mortgages are so much more expensive on a $300,000 condo, it's $600 more a month for a conventional mortgage.
Right.
They're paying in March. They are choosing the less expensive things. They're not going for the high value. They're choosing the less expensive things. It doesn't mean that a beautiful 3-bedroom that is appropriately priced at 1.2 isn't going to sell. It just means more buyers are looking at the lower end.
I'm not saying it's not going to sell, but I'm saying that given 2 options.
You called it overpriced, and I'm just saying it may not be overpriced.
Overpriced for the market. But I know I agree with what you're saying. I totally agree with what you're saying. I'm saying that people, though, are looking for the values. They're looking to spend less.
Yes,
Can
and I'm
we
about
agree
to
on
have
that?
a conversation with people who are like, what's selling in the? I got a condo on the market for $300,000, and people are buying condos like that for $230,000.
Yeah,
right? That's the ones they want. They want the $230,000, not the $300,000. The $300,000 in a different market makes total sense, but they can afford, because of how much more it costs per month for a mortgage, they can afford the $230,000, and they're choosing the $230,000.
Yeah, right. No, it's absolutely right. Single family homes, 130 new on the market since first of the year, 59 private. Again, a huge number of homes on the private market. 65 are under contract, which is good. And similar to what I was saying before, we typically have a median sales price of $1.2 million. The average list price, now it's average, so it's going to be higher. For a 4 bedrooms, $1.3 million. And the average sales price is $1.033 million. So again, $300,000 less.
The lower priced homes are going to go fast. If you've got a home that is in the lower priced range, if you price it correctly, it will sell quickly.
Exactly right.
That's what we're learning from this market.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, and why I like showing this, even though it's kind of chunky data, is our viewers are really getting the up-to-date on the ground information, because it's not until February 15th that you're going to see really, the final data of what happened in January, but this is giving everybody a chance to see what's really happening.
Absolutely. It's great information. And it also tells the real story of what people are doing. People are busy now. People are out now, but they're out looking for value that they can afford.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Well, we have
I was going to do a quick slide. I'm not going to. It's the mortgage. No. It's just the mortgage thing. Rates 6.15, thanks to Freddie Mac's average survey thing, down from 6.17 previous week. We're still seeing them start to come down a little. So I was just going to throw that in. And then let's get some news. You got news for us?
Well, let's go back to the mortgage rate. I was listening this morning to the radio, and they were saying that it looks like the Fed is not going to raise the rates at a half point. And these are not the mortgage rates. These are the regular interest rates. Mortgage rates are different from the regular interest rates.
Right.
But what it says is it looks like we're getting inflation under control, and getting inflation under control is going to affect the 10-year bond stuff. So that will affect mortgage rates.
Right.
So this is good news. It means that people can start to believe that mortgage rates are going to stabilize, not jump, and they can make decisions based on what they are. So
exactly, getting used to our new normal.
Getting used to the new normal, and we're not going to have as many surprises. Okay, so I've got here some just topics for news. Okay, and now we're going to do a little present. Share screen. Yeah. I'm trying to share a document. Yeah, so we're trying again. People.
It's a Friday the 13th on a Monday for our tech today.
Yeah. We might have to do it like this.
There we go.
And if I move this over here so I can see it, does it move?
No.
Good. Hello. So the news.
You'd think we hadn't done this 100 times before.
It's Monday, and I am not yet sufficiently caffeinated. So 1445 North Dearborn is this. I get asked, how often do you get asked about this building?
All the time.
All the time. And our friend Jim Kinney was interviewed, I think it was in The Real Deal, which is our real estate news sites, about this. It's this beautiful looking condo community, sort of low-rise community building that used to be a hotel in the olden days, and then became apartments, and then became condos. And a guy named, I think his name's John Brown, bought it 30 years ago, and nothing has happened. I've heard things that there was something wrong with the pipes in this article, that they say that there was something wrong with a wall that fell down, a back wall, and he's gotten it repaired, and it looks beautiful. It looks like people should be coming and going, and nothing. And what's more interesting, people, is no one can find it. The owner. Here's another picture of it.
But the taxes are getting paid on it.
Taxes are getting paid. He got fined some small amount, $500 or so, for having it too full of a dumpster, and that was paid. So it's being kept up, but it's like this ghost in the Gold Coast. And there are no answers. This story is just, there are no answers. It's just a mystery sitting in the middle of the Gold Coast. But who wouldn't want? I would love to help sell those units.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
It's prime real estate, no question about it.
Real estate, and nothing is happening.
All
So
right.
anyway, that was a story on the Real Deal. So here's another story on the Real Deal saying that real estate agents are leaving the business because of the market slowdown. Um, they reported that agents dropped 24% in the fourth quarter over 2021.
But I think this is like, I don't know, it's like inflammatory because the real story is what you're about to say, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it's not the number of licensed agents, it's the number of the agents that have had to close a deal.
yeah.
So,
And we all know, people who watch this show know how slow the market was in the fourth quarter. And
right,
it was slow all over the country, but it was slow in Chicago too. And so and this is closed deals. So
right.
my guess is that number is going to jump for January as all the few deals that did close in the fourth quarter start to a few deals that were under contract in the fourth quarter start to close this year.
Right, right, right. But two things. Two
Mhm,
things.
mhm.
So yes, it does say that a quarter of the agents did not have a deal close in the fourth quarter, right? Not that they left the business, but a quarter of the agents didn't have a closing in the fourth quarter.
Right.
I myself didn't have a closing in December. I had a ton in November, but none in December. But that said, there is a trend in real estate that most of the business is done by a few agents, and then there are a ton of agents out there who just do a drib and a drab. And I forget the numbers, but every time I go to a Tom Ferry coaching seminar, they keep bringing this up about how it's really the top agents that do most of the business. And so, you and I are included in that when we're talking about this. And so it is a point to leave with our viewers that maybe it's not the best idea to list with cousin Sally. Maybe you need to work with an agent who does business day in and day out and isn't sitting on the sidelines.
Well, and you and I know people who just keep their license active because they'll come back into the market or they just don't want to give it up yet.
Right.
And in the spring of 2021, it says that there were more agents licensed than there were properties on the market, which
Right.
points to that statistic that people just don't give it up.
So we aren't surprised by a headline like this.
Yeah, no, but they make it this big deal like woohoo, and the answer is not so woohoo. It's just sort of. But anyway,
Yeah.
news.
News.
So then they asked the question, what do realtors want from our next mayor? And our next mayor may be Lori Lightfoot. It may be any of these guys. There are 8 people running, right?
Okay, I'm raising my hand. I want these things from our next mayor too,
I do
whoever
too.
it is.
So tax predictability. And as you and I know, Anne, and some of our readers know, the property taxes the rates are set by Cook County. But the city has a bunch of local tax areas,
Mhm.
districts that contribute to how much you end up getting paid. I mean, how much you end up paying.
Paying. Mhm.
And so the city has a lot of influence in this. We pay our taxes to Cook County, but the city's taxing districts really influence how much we end up paying. And so it's really asking the mayor and the city council to give us some tax predictability, not
Right.
up and down, up and down, up and down. Apparently, there are significant barriers to building. In particular, a lot of these big developers have to set aside a certain amount of units to affordable housing, which is a lovely goal, but it's also making certain developments less financially viable. Is that what you're also seeing,
Yeah,
Anne?
absolutely right. Absolutely right. And then for those who aren't familiar with Chicago politics, you really have to get your alderman to support your development. And that can be challenging sometimes for
Really
different.
challenging. But so I think what the developers aren't saying is they aren't saying zero, but they're saying make it reflective of what's going on in the neighborhood, make it
Yes.
reflective of what's going on in the economy, and not just set a firm number. Um,
Right. Well, and you know what? Yeah. The best thing to keep housing affordable is to have enough inventory, right? And so if there's not enough inventory because you're squabbling over how the development's going to go, then it's going to increase the price and it's going to defeat your goal in the first place.
well, that brings us to the next point, which is a strong downtown. Um, One of the things that Mayor Lightfoot is pushing or supporting, which business leaders also support, is this concept of repurposing LaSalle Street as a more residential corridor. That
Mhm.
that the change in how people work and how much space businesses need to do that work, office space in particular, has changed. And we have all of these buildings downtown that needs something to do. So, um, development, encouraging the repurposing of downtown. Today there was an article, I thought, did you see it in the Sun Times this morning about State Street will benefit from whatever we do downtown, do on LaSalle Street, but State Street also needs re-envisioning, reinvigorating.
Oh, listen, Tom walks to work from our home at Jackson in Michigan every day, and he counted the number of empty storefronts along State Street along his way, and it was really depressing. If you think about it, for years and years, the near north was so vital and vibrant because it was the Gold Coast, because it was close to downtown. It was, the place to be. And then we saw development go a little bit farther out and a little bit farther out as those neighborhoods developed and gentrified. But the Loop is like the close place that's ready for gentrification and ready for development. And this is an opportunity for somebody to really take it to the next level and make it vibrant and beautiful and strong. And I'm very hopeful that will happen.
I'm sorry for the laughter. My cat outside is screaming and crying because he's trying to bring me his snake to play with. I apologize.
I didn't hear him, but okay.
I hope you can't hear it, but he's losing his mind outside my door. Okay. But that's absolutely right. And it's so important for Chicago. It's so important for, for the health of the city. Crime control, big topic. A lot of people are voting crime. And economic development is going to help with crime control, don't you think?
Absolutely right. I do think in some respects, the reporting makes some of the crime seem overblown in some instances. But that's not to say we don't have an issue. We do have an issue with crime and it needs to be addressed.
Absolutely. And then they were saying, listen to business. With previous administrations, there's been much more of a connection between the mayor and business in Chicago, and business leaders see with the exodus of headquarters, and exodus of a headquarters means 6 people move to the new headquarters and everyone else stays. But it feels like a big deal to be able to say Boeing is headquartered in Chicago when now Boeing's headquartered in DC.
Right.
Even though 6 people have left.
Yeah.
But the point is that partnership needs to be reestablished and have all the oars, pulling in the same. I'm going to use all the analogies I possibly can. Everyone rowing in the same direction, because that's really just good for Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely right. Good stuff. I want to share a couple properties with you. I'm having some issues with a couple of listings and I want to share them.
Good.
We were talking about how people are taking a bite on the less pricey stuff.
Mm-hmm.
432 Ashland. We've been on the market for almost 3 weeks now without an offer.
Mm.
I'm showing you my dirty laundry today. We're priced at 440. Now, keep in mind, it's this unit up here. Oh, you can't see my cursor, can you? It's on the right side, third floor. This is one of those buildings where you enter the first floor. This unit on the right on the bottom sold last year for 460. The only difference between the two is it had a white kitchen. We are wider here. It's a wider living room because we pick up the entryway. Okay. So it's this big, look how wide that is. Okay. But we have brown cabinets versus white. We're at 440. That sold at 460. We're on a higher floor. This is the problem with a wide angle lens is it makes this look small. In real life, it looks twice as big. But the point is now open houses, Kyle, I'm getting 6 to 7 through every open house, plus showings in between. We're getting showings. It's just no offers. So this is further underscoring, what we talked about earlier.
I wonder, that you're getting so many showings and so many people coming through. I think some of your buyers are still wrapping their heads around rates. You may get there. I don't know.
I think so too. And many of them at the open house, I ask them how, where are you in the process? They're just starting.
Yeah.
But
in February, this goes under contract because it looks great. It's priced appropriately. You've got a story you can tell them.
Yeah.
But remember, with the rates being so high, we've lost a lot of buyers because they can't afford. For this property, it's probably $700 more per month than they could pay last year.
Yeah, so, exactly. Here's the next one. I've only had one showing on this in the 10 days it's been on the market, but that's what kind of happens with this building. This is the building I live in, actually, 310 South Michigan. This is unit 1413, and it's on the north side of the building. So it's this area that's in shadow to the right.
1 bedroom?
2 bedrooms for $365. Assessments of $952 includes everything, including Wi-Fi, heat, air. Taxes of $63.68 a year. We're including parking in the price for $365.
That's a great price.
That's a great price, isn't it? Now, this is virtually staged. We put in new carpet. We painted it top to bottom. My super painter, Israel. I think this is a pretty good virtual staging. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah, not bad, right?
Yeah.
Here's the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's wood mode cabinetry, stainless appliances. Now, this is a little wonkier, but this is a virtually staged master bedroom. Oh, that's it. That's all I got. So that's my stuff. That's my...
Can I show you something fun?
Yeah.
Oh, here we are. So these are for sale. I want to show you the one because we're running out of time. I want to show you. So this is just what's on the market. These are just a few things on the market, and this is on the market for $589. I was looking only at new stuff.
Okay.
Just how pretty it is. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath at 3042 North Kenmore, Unit 3S. But look how pretty that is.
Yeah.
It's got outdoor space.
Oh, I love that big outdoor space. Sure.
Really pretty. But this is the one I wanted to show you, just for the fun of it. 2235 North Lakewood.
Number FN. So front unit? What is this?
It must be in front north.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I'm just going to, there isn't a pattern that they didn't love. So this is.
Ooh. Is that wallpaper? It's got to be wallpaper back there, right? Wallpaper. On the staircase?
But it's competing wallpaper. I don't know if you can see my cursor.
Yeah.
Oh my. And then I just wanted to share competing wallpaper in the dining room and the kitchen. And then the tile over here by the back window. I just wanted to share some fun.
It's more contemporary wallpaper. This is not like 80s wallpaper. They're very proud of their wallpaper.
Yeah. And then so I'm just going to tell you, this is
look at that outdoor space. Go back.
This is only one of the outdoor spaces.
Oh, really?
Oh, this is the big outdoor space. This is only one of the, this is the first, this is one, I think this is off the kitchen and this is up in the front or off the roof. I have no idea.
How many bedrooms?
Aren't those good outdoor spaces?
Kyle, how many bedrooms?
Hold on. 625. It's 1,700 square feet. But there wasn't a pattern these people didn't love. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patterns.
Okay, but I have to tell you, it doesn't look cookie cutter like some of these others look cookie cutter.
No, but I got to tell you personally
What?
that any buyer is going to look at this and go, I can't see the apartment. I just can see the pattern. So
Yeah.
as a real estate broker,
Agreed.
I'm going to ask this person to dumb it down somehow.
You know, in this room, you keep the wallpaper, paint the purple wall, and put on a white bedspread, and you're done.
Exactly.
It doesn't take much.
But but you know what? It may sell. This is brand new on the market. It may sell.
The outdoor space is remarkable, right?
This is remarkable.
The location is great.
Yeah, but you know what? I would have also asked them to create a vignette with the outdoor space. They put all the stuff up against the wall.
Yeah,
you got to create a vignette. But anyway, there you go. That's all.
Word of the week, vignette.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, well, that's our show for today. We packed a lot in. Thank you, Kyle, for all your good news and interesting stuff. Everybody, thank you for watching. If you have questions that you'd like us to answer next week, please get in touch. Leave comments below. Share our show with your friends, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye.